Your spouse is probably failing you right now, and you are too blinded by the routine of burnt toast and unpaid bills to see it. Most of you are living with a glorified roommate who wouldn't even know your blood type if your life depended on it. We are not here for a therapy session or a group hug. We are here to strip away the delusions and see if the person sleeping next to you is actually a partner or just a heavy piece of furniture that eats your snacks. If you find yourself making excuses for them before I even get to question 10, you have already lost the game. Let's stop pretending that mediocre is the gold standard and start the interrogation. 1. Does your spouse know exactly how you take your coffee or tea without asking every single morning? 2. Can they name your 3 biggest stressors at work right now without pausing to think? 3. If you were stranded at a random bus stop at 3 in the morning, would they come get you without a single complaint about their sleep schedule? 4. Do they handle the mental load of remembering birthdays and appointments, or do they just show up when you tell them to? 5. When you are sick, do they actually take care of the household, or do they ask you where the soup is located while you are hacking up a lung? 6. Do they respect your need for silence without taking it as a personal insult or an invitation to start a fight? 7. Have they ever defended you in front of their own family, even when it made things awkward at the dinner table? 8. Can they name your best friend's biggest life struggle right now? 9. Do they know your favorite meal and how to actually cook it properly? 10. Do they look for ways to make your day easier without being prompted like a child doing chores for an allowance? 11. When you have a win, do they celebrate it like it is their own, or do they subtly bring up their own achievements to steal the spotlight? 12. Do they know your shoe size and your shirt size without having to look at the tags in your closet? 13. Can they tell when you are upset just by the way you close the front door? 14. Do they actively listen when you speak, or are they just waiting for their turn to talk about themselves? 15. Do they keep their promises even when it becomes inconvenient for them to do so? 16. Do they handle finances with transparency, or are there secret accounts and hidden receipts floating around? 17. Would they be able to pick out a gift for you that you actually want instead of something generic from a gas station? 18. Do they apologize sincerely when they are wrong, or do they use the phrase, "I am sorry you feel that way," to dodge accountability? 19. Do they encourage your hobbies even if they find them completely boring or pointless? 20. Do they take care of their own physical and mental health so you do not have to be their full-time nurse and therapist? 21. When a major crisis hits, are they a calm anchor or a chaotic mess that you have to manage? 22. Do they respect your boundaries and respect your healthy choices? 23. Do they make an effort to get along with the people who matter most to you? 24. Do they still flirt with you, or has the romance died under a pile of laundry and resentment? 25. Can they handle a disagreement without resorting to name-calling or bringing up mistakes from 5 years ago? 26. Do they notice when you are burnt out and step in to take over the chores before you break down? 27. Do they value your opinion on major life decisions, or do they just inform you of what they have already decided? 28. Do they make you feel safe physically, emotionally, and financially? 29. Do they carry their weight in the bedroom, or is it a one-sided performance that leaves you frustrated? 30. Do they keep the house at a temperature that considers your comfort too? 31. Do they back you up when you are disciplining the kids, or do they play the cool parent and leave you to be the villain? 32. Do they remember your anniversary without a calendar notification screaming at them? 33. Do they talk about the future with you in mind, or do they only focus on their own personal goals? 34. Do they treat service workers with respect when you are out at a restaurant? 35. Do they admit when they are overwhelmed, or do they just take their stress out on you? 36. Do they know your favorite movie and why it means so much to you? 37. Do they give you space to grow and change as a person, or do they try to keep you in a box? 38. Do they handle their liquor, or do they become a nightmare for you to manage at parties? 39. Do they actually know your childhood traumas and how they affect your behavior today? 40. Do they put their phone away when you're trying to have a real conversation? 41. Do they take interest in your career goals, or do they see your job as just a paycheck? 42. Do they keep your secrets even when they are mad at you? 43. Do they help with the pet duties without acting like they are doing you a massive favor? 44. Do they compliment you on things other than your physical appearance? 45. Do they show up on time when you have plans together? 46. Do they handle car maintenance and home repairs, or do they wait for you to find a professional? 47. Do they ask about your day and actually listen to the answer? 48. Do they make you laugh even when you really want to stay grumpy? 49. Do they respect your need for a night out with your friends? 50. Do they contribute to the household income in a way that feels fair and agreed upon? 51. Do they stand by you when you are at your least likable? 52. Do they make an effort to stay attractive for you just as you do for them? 53. Do they know your login passwords in case of an emergency? 54. Do they prioritize your pleasure and happiness as much as their own? 55. Do they make you a better version of yourself? Or are you slowly shrinking to fit into their world? Now that we have dragged your relationship through the mud and back, look at those answers. If you skipped over half of them because the truth was too annoying to face, you have your answer. A spouse is supposed to be your teammate, not another task on your to-do list. If they failed more than 15 of these, you aren't married to a partner. You are fostering an adult. Stop settling for the bare minimum and calling it love. True compatibility isn't about surviving the week without a divorce. It is about having someone who actually knows who you are and chooses to show up every single day. If they aren't hitting the mark, stop making excuses. Either they step up or you start realizing that you deserve more than a human-shaped disappointment. Go look at them right now and decide if they are worth the next 40 years of this nonsense. If not, you know what needs to be done. Get your life together and stop accepting crumbs from someone who should be giving you the whole meal. Relationships are not found. They are built through the relentless pursuit of excellence and the refusal to tolerate stagnation. If your partner failed this test, do not weep over the ruins of your expectations. Instead, look inward. A person is only as good as the standards they demand and the boundaries they enforce. You cannot control their character, but you can control your proximity to mediocrity. Real love is a fortress constructed from mutual respect and duty, not a cage made of empty promises. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." I need you to see the world as it is, not as your heart wishes it to be. If you find yourself carrying the weight of two people, you are not a partner. You are a pack animal. Reclaim your time, protect your soul, and stop settling. Turn your gaze toward the horizon and walk with the dignity of someone who knows their worth is never up for negotiation. Only then will you find the peace that comes from absolute clarity. Judge clearly, act decisively, and never sacrifice your peace for a person who refuses to grow.